We've all been there, right? You wake up, the alarm goes off, and you just feel totally, utterly drained. Now, a lot of people just blame a packed schedule, or maybe they think they just need a stronger cup of coffee. But it turns out fatigue isn't just one single problem. It's actually a bunch of different problems, all wearing the exact same disguise. And honestly, it's really not something you should just ignore.
So, to truly understand exhaustion, we're going to peel back the layers of human energy today. We'll cover the body's energy battery, lifestyle and nutritional drains, medical and system failures, brain and immune disorders, and finally, diagnosis and the future. But before we can actually fix the exhaustion, we really have to start with one simple fundamental question. Because every single movement you make, every heartbeat, every thought bouncing around your brain, it all requires fuel. So, where does that fuel actually come from?
Let's start with part one, the body's energy battery.
It's kind of wild to realize that all of your physical capabilities basically come down to one tiny molecule. It's called ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. You can think of it as your body's rechargeable battery. Your cells are just constantly churning this stuff out inside these little structures called mitochondria. And without ATP, your body literally just stops. It triggers immediate hitting a wall fatigue.
And this is absolutely fascinating because it perfectly explains why you can feel completely wiped out just from sitting at a desk answering emails all day. Your brain actually consumes a massive 20% of your body's total energy, even though it only makes up about 2% of your body weight. Mental fatigue is incredibly real, and it drains your battery just as fast as hitting the gym.
So the crucial thing here is understanding the difference between normal tiredness and actual medical fatigue. Normal fatigue is a good thing. It's a protective mechanism that stops you from pushing yourself until you get injured, and you generally bounce back after 7 to 9 hours of solid sleep. Medical fatigue, though, that's an unresolved drain. It hangs around for weeks or even months, no matter how much you rest. It's a massive red flag that sleep alone isn't going to fix the problem.
Which brings us to part two, lifestyle and nutritional drains.
Sometimes the issue is just that you're missing the basic building blocks. Lacking simple vitamins or even just water cuts off your body's ability to function. Like, if you don't have enough iron, your tissues are literally starving for oxygen. Low B12 damages your red blood cells. A drop in vitamin D totally weakens your muscles. And water, even mild dehydration drops your overall blood volume, which means your heart has to work overtime just to pump nutrients around.
But here's the kicker. What if your nutrition is absolutely perfect? Well, psychological drains can still completely empty your tank. Burnout creates this profound, heavy loss of motivation. Meanwhile, chronic stress basically tricks your brain into thinking you're under constant threat. It pumps out adrenaline and cortisol 24/7, and that burns through your energy reserves like a wildfire.
Let's look at part 3, medical and system failures.
When your major organs struggle, they are absolute masters at silently disrupting your energy. Take your thyroid, for example. It's basically your body's metabolism thermostat, and if it's underactive, your cells just burn fuel way too slowly. Or with diabetes, your blood might be totally full of sugar, but without insulin to act as a key, that glucose is locked out, leaving your cells starving. And obviously, a struggling heart or liver simply can't deliver the oxygen you need or clear out the toxins weighing you down.
Get a load of this number, 180. That is the number of liters of blood that healthy kidneys filter every single day. When your kidneys start to struggle to maintain that unbelievable workload, they actually stop producing a crucial hormone called EPO. Without EPO, your red blood cell count totally plummets, and boom, profound exhaustion sets in.
But doctors actually don't see this kind of tiredness as a weakness. They view it as a brilliantly designed evolutionary defense mechanism. Think about it. The body rarely wastes energy, right? When disease develops, your body intelligently goes into conservation mode. It intentionally redirects energy away from maximum performance and funnels it toward healing your vital organs. It's essentially your body's earliest warning system.
Moving to part 4, brain and immune disorders.
I love this analogy. When you're facing a severe illness or injury, your brain purposefully limits your battery life to force you to sit down and rest. It is exactly like how your smartphone forces itself into low power mode when the battery hits a critical level. The goal isn't to punish you, it's literally trying to protect you.
And we really have to talk about how mental health conditions cause very real, very physical exhaustion. With depression, altered brain chemicals lead to a total loss of motivation and noticeably slower thinking. You could wake up after 9 hours of sleep and feel like you haven't slept a wink. Anxiety, on the other hand, is the exhaustion of constant physical tension. It's like revving your car's engine in the red zone all day long until it just burns out.
For millions of people, deeply rooted immune dysfunctions completely dictate their daily lives. With conditions like ME, CFS, something as simple as taking a shower can trigger days of extreme exhaustion. Then there's fibromyalgia, which scrambles how the brain processes pain, causing widespread aching. And of course, we are seeing this exact thing right now with long COVID, where lingering immune changes leave people completely drained for months on end.
Finally, Part 5, Diagnosis and the Future.
Sometimes the culprit is hiding right under your nose. It could just be side effects from medication, like your daily blood pressure pills or allergy meds making you drowsy. Or it could be sleep apnea. That's where your airway gets blocked dozens, sometimes hundreds of times a night, totally ruining your deep sleep without you ever even waking up or remembering it. Throw in cancer treatments and post-viral fatigue, and you've got some profound energy drains that definitely require a doctor's help. Because fatigue is just a symptom and not the actual disease itself, doctors kind of have to play detective here. They'll start with a super detailed history of your lifestyle, then move to a physical exam to look for clues, and only then do they bring out the targeted lab tests. All of this happens long before they draw a single drop of blood.
And when they do run those blood tests, it lets them pinpoint the exact system failure. A CBC checks for hidden infections or anemia. Other tests hunt down missing vitamins or check your thyroid, kidney, and liver function. This is what allows them to treat the actual root cause, rather than just throwing caffeine at the sleepiness.
Ultimately, waking up exhausted every day isn't just part of getting older, and it shouldn't just be accepted as a normal byproduct of modern life. You literally cannot out-caffeinate a system failure. So the next time you go to reach for that third cup of coffee just to power through the afternoon, I want you to ask yourself, is your body just a little tired today, or is your internal check engine light desperately trying to tell you something?